Welcome to Doni Jones Live. I am Donnie the Tree Lady.
And I am that guy, Marty McFly. What's up?
What's up, man?
You know, I am glad you're back. You just seem like you. Oh yeah, you wasn't like a mini vacation in between the shows.
It was a mini vacation, but you was taking a little bit of a miniature vacation.
When you locked in a place where you can't get out, it's not really like a vacation. You know, I'm just saying.
Okay, but let's clear that up.
Yeah.
You weren't feeling well.
Yeah, I was in a hospital chilling out in there. You know, but it's about the same thing. 3 hots in a cot. You know, 3 hot meals. You got somebody to check on you, make sure you won't commit suicide.
Exactly. But you know, at least you didn't have that orange jumpsuit on, man.
That is true. But I still have my back out. You know. So, you know, yeah.
Oh,
one
my
thing here,
goodness.
one thing there. But it's all good.
Dude, you always catch me off guard, man.
But you gotta tell me a little bit about your vacation.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you know what? I don't care what you go through in life and what you got to do. Find a way to get to the Maldives. I'm telling you, it was beautiful.
I always thought a Maldives was a dog.
That's a Maltese, Joe.
That was close enough.
They may have had dogs. I don't know.
But now, where's that? Where's that at? Is that?
It's like the Middle East, little out there in the Middle East, North Africa, East.
Oh wow! You know, I thought you was like on the other
I ain't
side of the
gonna lie,
Cater.
to be honest with you, I don't know exactly where it was. I just know it was a 14-hour flight, and I was in the middle of the ocean on a yacht.
Okay then.
So.
And what did you see? Did you do any sightseeing, or you just stayed on the yacht?
I did. I was actually going to invite you next time we go, but I want you to know up front that we swam with sharks, and I think that you would love it. It was peaceful,
Wait. Time out. You paid money to swim with some sharks?
I did, dude. It was magical.
You about to lose your black card. I'm serious. I'm serious.
You know
this is just one of those things. I'm giving you a warning.
You always trying to take my black card, but you're the highest yellow brother I know. But anyway.
I know, but that's why I got to know the rules. You never see on CNN, just then somebody got bitten by the shark. An African American was swimming out there. You never hear that.
But you know what?
Never hear that.
But guess what? Things are changing.
That's not a good thing to change.
It started with me, and then next year it'll be me and you, and maybe a few others. But I'm telling you, it was magical, man.
I'll be is it Mike Phillips? Mike Phelps? I'll be swimming.
Michael Phelps? Mm-hmm. See, there you go. People say black folks don't swim. We swim now.
Mike Phelps, that was a white swimmer.
I know, but if you're going to be swimming like Michael Phelps, then you would be.
Oh, yeah. If the shark is behind me, but definitely.
But anyway, tell me about your weekend, dude, since you're going to make fun and take my black card.
I just told you my weekend was pretty much cool. I just been in rehab. You know, just really relearning how to walk. Okay, for everybody that don't know, I had surgery on my leg, okay? I had just a mild surgery, nothing big, but you don't realize just a small, like half-an-inch cut will put you on your back, and it's like you need to really relearn how to walk. I first started with a walker, you know, then I felt good. I moved up to a little pimp cane, you know.
See, I thought you was going to keep the pimp cane.
I thought about it.
He rocking that thing hard.
And it's in my truck right now, actually, you know, but because see, when I'm at church on Sunday,
you
know, I walk down the aisle and, you know, the beginning and I had too much swag on.
There was too much.
I had the cane, and it was just like I did one step and you bob with it.
Well,
you know, 2 more steps and you got to bob with it. You know, and the people started looking at me like, "Wait a minute, is he
on a cane or is he a pimp now?"
I'm under some medication. Don't worry about it, y'all. It's all good. Praise the Lord.
Well, you know what, Marty? I'm just glad you're back.
Communion today.
Oh my God, your communion is always strong.
Always
man.
cognac. It's that true. You know, you gonna feel it.
Marty.
But anyway.
We're supposed to be having a show today, man.
It is. And we got this new guest in here that you got to tell me about.
Dude, this man is amazing. You know, I love tapping into the young people. I'm telling you, because I feel like those are the people that are go. What?
This is a family show.
I'm lost. What do you mean?
Hey, you saying you like tapping young men?
No, I said... I said, as considering that I'm a happily married woman, I said I like tapping into the young people, the youth, like their energy, their vibe. And the thing with this gentleman, who's also a man of God, you're probably a real man of God, ain't you? But anyway, this gentleman is an entrepreneur. He's an artist. He's a motivator and an inspiration to a lot of people. What he's doing right now is taking his music and using it in a way, in my opinion, kind of like a ministry. And I'm talking about this gentleman right beside me. His name is Stino.
Thank you. Yes. How y'all doing?
Did you? What did you say?
I was repeating you. You said
Stino.
Stino. I thought you said Stinkno.
Did we say? You know what? How you doing?
Honestly,
honestly, okay, everybody got new names and everything, so don't hate, but I was like, Stink, no, okay, well, that's original.
It's so nice to meet you. I hope you don't walk out of this interview. Just please stay for me, okay? Just stay because I think you're inspirational. Plus, you got nice teeth.
I got you. Thank you. You got nice teeth too, though. Your teeth are nicer than mine, though.
Thank you. See, I paid for mine.
Oh, see, I ain't got money like that.
There you go. But anyway, tell us about yourself, Stino, since we didn't chop into your interview.
I'm Stino, obviously. I'm a CEO. I'm an artist. I'm a producer, engineer. I'm a volunteer at my church. I'm a son. I'm a brother. I'm a lot of things.
That sounded. I thought he was getting ready to go into a rap. What?
Yeah.
You're
what?
A dad?
Yeah.
You look too young to be a dad.
I am too young to be a dad.
Oh, okay.
But see,
I'm far too young to be a dad.
No.
But no, I have a daughter. Her name's Arya.
Oh, that's beautiful.
She's 1.5. She seems like she's gonna be 30 soon. She's like doing everything you think she shouldn't be yet. Like,
that's
it's
beautiful,
wild.
man.
It's wild. Like, she was just with me like just a second ago. I was just showing a video to Elijah of her. She got on this slide. I bought this slide for her when she was like super little. And she like got on the slide. It's like literally too small for her. She slides down 2 inches and she's like, wee, like trying to make my mom feel good because she done brought her outside on the slide and it's like too small for her.
That's beautiful,
it's so funny.
Man.
And she said she's 3. How old is she?
She's 1.5.
Dude,
but I feel like
the interview.
Okay, I'm just thinking if she's that young and they bought a slide that's too small for her.
Yeah, she's a big
but she has that
1.5-year-old.
intelligence to like, I'm going to pretend for you. I'm like, okay, she older
That's
than
awesome.
Thank
so
you.
I was there listening.
It's a compliment. It's a
See what I'm
compliment.
saying?
It's a compliment. He
Intelligent
decided
young
to go. He decided to go for a compliment.
Okay, I appreciate that. But tell us about your music, Stino, because when Elijah, we got to give a shout out. Oh, we can't. It's not Elijah. It's E-Money. E-Money. But E-Money.
Facts.
See, like
Facts.
see, I'm learning new names. So it's not, your new name is
it's not
E-Money.
Elijah anymore. It's E-Money.
Okay, a couple
upgrade.
of weeks ago it was
You gotta
DJ
upgrade.
Grandmother. Y'all remember that? I ain't making out of it, but it was DJ Grandmother. And then it was just DJ E or just E. But now it's what?
E-Money.
E-Money.
Yeah, E-Money.
That's the one.
Okay. I'm
There you go.
learning. I'm learning.
So I was getting ready to call you E-Money. So Stino, tell me about your music.
Basically, I try to keep my my music clean. I do try to speak positively in a lot of my music. As of late, I've been doing a lot of more upbeat music lately. I've done a lot of music about this various trials in my life.
Right.
I made a song last year about my dad passing. He passed on January 9th. And I've done songs about car accidents that I've been in, just things that's gone on in my life that have created, the person that I am now.
Right.
So, I mean, I try to follow, my lifestyle and, follow the good things too, obviously. I've made songs about my faith and my family and all the things that are positive in my life. But also I try to make sure I focus on the things that aren't so good because there's always two sides of things, and everyone should, they deserve to hear
I want to
both.
talk to you about that side of your music, definitely the spiritual side and the things that inspire you. But I gotta be real with you. I heard you mention that, your dad, which I can understand that as an inspiration. I've heard people talk about using their music to get over sorrow from a relative passing. I've heard them talk about bad relationships that you've been an inspiration. But you gotta explain to me how the car wreck gets into a song.
Well, I look at everything in my life as either a trial or a lesson or, just something that you're meant to get through or is meant to show you something in your life.
Okay.
And I'm very, very...
No texting and driving?
No, I actually fell asleep at the wheel is what happened.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and I think the trial was just a testament to the way that I was living my life at the time.
Okay.
Staying up late and spending a lot of time rushing to do everything and feeling like I didn't have enough time. And like it was like, at the end of that, I wake up and I'm in a car and everything's destroyed around me. And I feel like, I've been trying to gain all this time and all of my time was about to be taken away from me right then. Wow. And I wasn't appreciating it. Yeah, no, and it wasn't the first time either. It happened again almost to that same effect, like where I felt like I was falling back into that habit of like, just rushing and God gives you trials over and over again.
Absolutely.
Until you figure out
and get it right.
And get it
right. You said you pretty much had 2 car accidents for falling asleep behind the wheel.
Yes.
You don't need to do that no more.
Right,
Like,
exactly.
I
don't need
that
keys. I really don't need to be driving.
yeah.
We're gonna be completely
man.
honest.
Just take Uber.
Uber. I
literally be a little bit better with Lyft or something like that, you know. But we're gonna get to some more of your other stories because I think you said, you wrote a song about your father passing and everything, and that's one of them that I can relate to, you know, because it was something I had to go through. And my father passed, and I was dealing with my mom, and she was like, "Well, he wasn't your real daddy. It ain't that bad, you know. Don't worry about it."
What?
Yeah, that's how I found out. What? But that's something we talk about later on another show. If they want to get in contact with you to do interviews or anything like that, or some of your product or music, how can they get in contact with you?
Everything. Period is Stino Guapo. Okay. Everything. You can find me on Twitter,
Guapo. Perfect.
Apple Music.
You want to spell that just in case of the slow people?
I was going to say, now see, you young folks will get it. But would you spell
maybe
it
not.
for the
Maybe
older
not.
folks?
Well, yeah.
Stino Guapo, like handsome in Spanish. Guapo.
That's what Guapo means in Spanish?
Yeah.
Nah, you got me on that one.
Really?
No, no.
I feel like a lot of people. I'm from California, so it's like Spanish is kind of like, back and forth, but that's crazy. You're not the first person to tell me that. And I thought it was like universal.
People don't know that.
I thought it was universal.
I mean, I don't want to hate on my engineers, but I thought that meant like white person, like the crazy white guy. Oh, gringo. Oh, God.
Okay. You know what? Let's go ahead and just take a break now. How about that? All right. Look, you're listening to Doni Jones Live. I'm Marty McFly.
And I'm Donnie the Tree Lady.
And we'll be right back.
Yeah. Welcome back to Doni Jones Live. I am Donnie the Tree Lady.
And I am Marty McFly. And Donnie, I got to do a quick shout out, though.
What's that?
The other week, everybody, I got to give a big shout out to Tiger Woods for winning the Masters.
Yes.
Coming back and actually it's been over 11 years or something like that. So I got to give props to that.
Absolutely. You know what? That is inspirational to me because I hate it when people count somebody out just because they've made mistakes or whatever's going on in their person.
You sorry and you just ain't got it no more. And I'm saying, no, people do that. Gatorade said, you suck, Tiger. Right. They dropped him.
You're right.
And the other ones dropped him. But people that stick with you like Nike.
Yeah.
Who said, you know what, they went on ahead and created him a comeback commercial.
Yes, they
and
did.
And said, we're going to wait for the time for you to come back for us to play it. So we're just going to put it in the archives.
That's belief right there.
That's real love.
That's belief. Now, they don't have it where how long ago did they shoot it? Because, he looks a little different.
Well, he older now. He got little patches up there.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it can't be one where he's all,
Tiger don't got some fur pallets up there. You can see them spots up there now.
Yeah, exactly.
It's starting to look like a little golf course.
Straight down the middle. But anyway, let's get back to Stino. Seriously, Stino. We talked a little bit about your music, but more importantly, you're also an entrepreneur. And to see somebody so young that tackling entrepreneurship, talk to us a little bit about that. And what
really,
it is you do.
Really, I started my whole business with my partner. His name is Brandon Covarrubias, or BC. And unfortunately, he just got in a car accident himself.
Okay.
Was he taking sleeping pills too? I'm saying, what is it? I'm just curious. I want to be sensitive, but is he? I see why you write so many songs about that now. It's just one of those things now.
He's okay.
Like,
he's okay. He's fine. He's fine. But he's in the hospital right now.
Gonna hit me.
Just watch out for the truck.
But it's hip hop, so you got to kind of
Nah, we gonna move into country too.
Start calling hip hop.
Right, we got to get some country too, for sure.
But after.
But on a serious note, your friend was in a car accident.
He's fine now. He said that I just saw him yesterday.
Did he fall asleep too?
No.
Okay.
He said he's got that issue where he's like always in a rush, like me.
Gotcha.
And I mean, I've kind of cooled down on that now. But I just hope through this, he learns.
He should have listened to your song.
Slick.
But now I'm curious, you brought this project in here. Is this one of the things that's under your, I guess, business?
Yeah. So this is like
we still ain't heard exactly what your business is.
We do entertainment. We do entertainment. We've at one point we were into a lot of different facets of the entertainment business. We used to do videos. I still do graphic design. I still do engineering, and we still do music. Right. So, you know, working out of my studio, we do, you know, audio production of all types of, you know, of sorts. You know, we do sound effects and things like that. And but our merchandise is solely for our fans of our music. You know, if, you know, we don't really expect too many people to be, you know, buying from, you know, our studio and things like that, but we bring our merchandise to our shows. I expect
tons of people to be buying from your studio.
Well, I mean,
we
focus from the shows. Like, you know, we like people to be able to wear the hats at the shows. Yes. You know, we give out free ones, we sell them. And
now, I'm curious about something. Your stage name is Stino
Guapo, yeah.
But now I know it's on the hat. It's MBE.
Right. The
but you Stino, right?
Yeah.
But on your hats it's MBE. I'm just trying to see the connection there. I'm just. Now, I know I'm slow on certain things. I'm just.
MBE
trying
is
to see.
my business, so it's called May Boys Entertainment, and it's May Boys like May as in Marietta. That's where we stay at. That's where all of my connections are at. That's where all of my business started. You know, that's where I went to school.
Okay. So May is in like Marietta. Okay.
Yeah, right.
Glad you explained that, because I would have been sitting there just nodding and not knowing what the heck May stood for.
It's like May, like Marietta.
Okay.
And you've got a studio that you're also doing business with out in Woodstock. You were trying to talk a little bit about
So
that.
I just lost my studio in Marietta, where I was doing my work. But I'm building a new one in Woodstock.
Okay.
Just because I'm relocating, so I always like my studio to be in my house.
I love it.
So I build, you know, a space that's like, you know, enough to accommodate people and, you know, enough people and, you know, just get what I need
What's
done.
the primary focus of your production work? Is it mostly music?
Yeah, it's mostly music. It's mostly music. Like, you know, I've moved on to the point where, you know, I am doing, you know, the full experience for people, doing their graphics, doing their beats, doing their, you know, pretty much everything. But, you know, it is mostly music. Most of my clients do come in either with their producer or, you know, with their instrumentals already. And then we record their vocals. You know, I mix it up. They leave. I get their stuff all clean. And then I send them their way.
Well, you know, I'm always interested in the story behind the story. And when I see somebody young like yourself doing what you're doing, I kind of think, what got you to the point where you're like, I'm doing this for myself, as opposed to going down the traditional road, which is I'm gonna, you know, go get my education, I'm go get a job, and then I'm gonna work at the bank for the next 30 years or whatever they decide to do. So something set you on a different path.
Really, I give like all of my entrepreneurial, you know, spark from my friend, and he's here with me, Huncho, and like really. He's been doing music for longer than I've known him.
Right.
And he started, I want to say, since he was a little kid. And when I saw, you know, when I met him, you know, he was the kid at school that like did music. And, you know, I was always writing and things like that, but I never did like the digital side. Like, you know, he was already making music. I was listening to his music like, bro, this is so fire. Like, you know, I want to record music, and we became friends. Yeah. And he like showed me how to engineer and stuff like that. Like, he really put me on to like all of the, you know, the facets of like the engineering world, and like, you know, just having a studio in your house. Like, we used to be off the computer, like, and he was like really like about it. And I was like, oh my God, like I got to keep up. Like, you know, and then, you know, I just kept going and kept going and kept going until we got to this point where I figured out that like, this is the only thing that's going to keep me up at night. Like, you know, I'm willing to lose sleep over it. Like,
okay, we can't have you losing sleep. No.
Yeah, we already talked about that.
We don't
talk about that. You know,
we're not losing sleep.
I'm asking a serious question though, because I do find a lot of people that get into this industry, production and all this stuff. How are you educating yourself on the production world itself versus kind of like just learning, well, I know this is an MP3 and it's an MP4.
Which I just learned those terms.
Yeah, the difference.
Right.
But, you know, just really educating yourself, you know, how are you going about doing that?
Once I graduated, I made the decision to go to the Art Institute and like really get my bachelor's in audio production. I'm in my junior year now, and, you know, up until then I was, you know, just, you know, digging through the internet trying to find anything I could on anything, you know, just, you know, I've got my license for Logic Pro X. I got it, I want to say a year and a half ago. So I teach people also like how to use Logic and things like that. You know,
What's Logic? My husband tries to teach me Logic like Donnie. if you put this right here, then you'll be able to find
recording
it.
software.
It's
a
recording
okay,
software.
it's a different kind of logic.
Yeah,
okay,
it's like Pro Tools. Like, it's similar to Pro Tools. But
okay.
So I teach people how to use that, and from there, just teaching people also lets you learn, because some people record differently than you do, and you like learn how they want things done, and it helps you grow and it helps you learn how you should maybe be doing things. So like just from continuously working, I grow. And from teaching, I grow. From doing it, I grow.
So what advice would you give to somebody that's young like yourself, and that wants to take that next step? And just honestly, they're afraid. They're like, okay, well, I love music too. I'm always writing songs. How do I do this and make a living doing it? What do you tell people?
I would say like the most important thing that I've learned, just doing this, is the fact that consistency is the hardest. It's really the hardest part of anything, of any business. You have to understand that if you're not doing it, no one's going to do it for you. That's when you stop working, once you clock out of your own business, the business doesn't grow.
That's right.
If you stop working, nothing is moving forward. Only time. You're only wasting time. You know what I mean? So it's like, I would say consistency is probably
what's one of
biggest.
Once again, guys, you were talking to Stino, and he's with MBE, which stands for
Mayboys Entertainment.
Love it. He's an entrepreneur, an artist, and
producer, engineer, just all around dude boy. If you need him, he can do it for you.
Exactly.
In the entertainment
field. In the entertainment field, exactly.
Make it clean, right.
But we want people to check you out again. How do people get in contact with you again?
Everything Stino Guapo, Stino Guapo.
I love it.
Yeah.
You were getting ready to say something.
I probably wasn't, but since you make me, you just looked at me and said you're gonna say something. Really. Do you do a lot of gospel? Because you said, I remember earlier you were saying something that you do a lot. With where you were in the religious realm. I said like that.
Yeah.
Do you do a lot of gospel music?
No, I don't. But I do include my faith and my spirituality in my music often. The last project I just released with an artist named Jaisi, my project called, two of them actually, but the one before that, my album called What Can I Say? It has a lot of songs on there, including Recipe, which is it's focused around that time in my life where I was struggling and I was, looking to God for, to release me from all of the pain that was going on in my life and all the bad things that were going on in my life. And, just looking for the blessings in life. That's really what that song is about.
Well, when we come back from the break, I do want to talk to you about some of the challenges that you've been through, because that's, I think, is really inspiring. People sometimes see the end product like, okay, yeah, you're making a living doing this.
Right.
You're here, you're producing your stuff, but what did you go through to get to where you're at right now?
For sure.
So when we come back, I definitely want to talk about that. But also, if you guys want to get in touch with us, I am Donnie the Tree Lady. You can hit us up at DoniJonesLive@gmail.com.
Yep.
Or just hit anywhere on social at DoniJonesLive. And that's DoniJones Live, Live.
Right. And if you don't find her, just email us so we know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, if you don't find her anywhere on any of those platforms, email Donnie. Doni Jones. You see, y'all just laughing, and we'll be right back.
You are listening to Doni Jones Live. I am Donnie the Tree Lady.
And I am that guy, Marty McFly.
You are McFly. Dude, you are in rare form today,
Today,
man.
I just feel good. I'm back around you. I'm with a guy, another engineer. I'm in the beautiful studio. I'm just feeling good today.
Yes. And Stino, are you doing good today? Are we too out there for you?
Y'all are interesting. Y'all are very interesting. I'm having a good time.
That's a shame when somebody calls you interesting. That's like when you ask if somebody's baby's cute. You're like, look at those cute feet. Look at those feet.
That's a special looking baby. Look at it.
Aren't you just
big-eyed boy. Look at him. Oh, yeah.
Or either they switch to something like, how much did he weigh when he was born?
Right, yeah. Right, yeah. He looked like somebody's daddy. Yeah, that's an interesting looking baby there.
Somebody's grandpa.
Yeah. Right.
Speaking of kids, you actually have a child, right?
Yes, I do.
Tell us about your beautiful little girl.
She is very, very beautiful. But I'm her dad, so that doesn't count. But she's 1.5. She's growing and getting older like no other. She's always super advanced. She surprises me every day. you know, she follows everything I'd say as if she's like 10 years old already.
Wow.
Wow.
Wait, so she's actually 10 years old.
Now I got to ask some questions now. With you being a father, now, how does that deal with you running a studio at night? And are you and the mother still together? Are you married now to the mother, or y'all still a couple? Or
Yeah, we are a couple. And, you know, it doesn't really, I wouldn't say it doesn't really affect too much. You know, I take time, you know, to figure out my schedule and make sure that we can work out, you know, especially me working and, you know, me going to school and her mother going to school and her working. And, you know, we work on our schedules pretty well, I would say. You know, it doesn't really put too much strain on our relationship or anything like that. We try to work it out. So where was your wedding? We're not married.
I'm messing with you. I'm just messing with you.
We will be married though. We will be married.
Okay,
yes,
is that a real date, or that's one day y'all will be, or
is it? I wouldn't say a real date because I still gotta, like, you know.
It's funny how they start smiling harder when I come to anything.
No, okay.
Thinking about it.
Okay, we're on camera.
Yo, we're on camera right now.
Yeah,
we're on camera.
Okay. I just scratch all of that. Whatever y'all just heard, he wants to surprise them.
Okay.
Going back to your music,
right.
we talked about some of your inspirations, and I was going somewhere with that. And what
you were talking about some of the things that made you have to write some of this music earlier.
Right.
And I'm kind of curious of your religious life with your music.
That's what it was.
You know, and how are you combining those two? And does any of your religious, I guess, foundation or stance, does that coincide with your music, or is there anything that you just say, okay, that's not for me? Like if you're producing somebody's songs, you know, and it's something that you really don't feel in your nature that you should produce. You
is
know,
there
like
a conflict?
Right, because like I do voiceovers, and for the longest, I wouldn't do commercials that were for adults. You know, like insurrections or something like that.
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, especially with my music, recently I've made, like, you know, decisions on, you know, just who I work with and what can and can't be said in my music, especially with features and things like that. You know, I'm always like governing, you know, either cleaning people's music up or telling them things that I don't want to be said. And having, you know, because like I said, a lot of my music is positive or it is true to my life, and I don't want.
Was that a conscious decision?
Yes, that is. Okay. That's a conscious decision I make with every song. So I mean, it's almost something that I have to consider every single time, whether I'm working with somebody or I'm working alone, or if, you know, I'm working on somebody's music. Everything. It's like.
Can you do a little bit of your music for us, real quick?
What would you like?
Whatever comes to mind.
In what way?
You know.
In what way? Let me see.
Free flow or whatever.
It's called freestyle.
Is that what it's called? Freestyle?
Yeah, freestyle. I ain't gonna ask the brother to freestyle. So if you got something prepared, I
mean, I could do. Let me think.
We just want the people to hear Stino.
Just hear something.
I wish I had like my music with me. Like, so
I mean, you gotta be like Beyonce and just break out with stuff.
Just break out and do something.
Yeah, I mean, I would if I was prepared. Like, it's a lot of times.
Beyonce said you gotta always be prepared.
Right. I'm telling you, it's sometimes hard for me to remember my music because I literally write all the time. Like, I literally write every single day. So it's like sometimes when I'm performing, like I have to like practice because I haven't, like, even though it's my music and people feel like, oh, you should know your music.
Right.
I'm like, yeah, I do, but I have like hundreds and hundreds of songs. So it's like, I mean, how am I supposed to remember?
You'd be like Prince. You know, like have catalogs of songs.
Yeah, I mean, I do. I mean, even right now, like I have to schedule my music out to make sure that my releases don't overlap and I have enough time in the year to release all the music. Because I mean, I haven't even recorded a song in, I want to say like this, maybe 4 months or so. But I still have like over 30 songs to release right now.
Wow.
Like,
so why are you just kind of holding on releasing
them? It's not enough time. I could release like, you know, a song every day, but I would like, man, who's going to keep up? Like it would be hard for people to keep up. Like, you know, because I'm going to be making more music. And if I keep making, so I'll try to pack them up into projects and try to, you know, make sure I do it. Because, I mean, sometimes I won't be able to record.
Just curious, are these albums, full albums, or just individual songs?
Sometimes they're full albums. Sometimes they're right now I have 2 different projects. I still have a project to release with this artist named Jaisi, and I still have a project to release with an artist named Leo MVP. And we're both of them are EPs, so they're about 4 songs long. And then I have an album I'm working on, and another EP I'm working on called Game Boy, which is the 3rd of a series. So I have a series called Game Boy, and like I produce all the beats and I engineer it, and everything is coming out of my studio.
So let me ask you this. And, you know, when I was growing up, people sold LPs as albums.
Right.
And they had at least 12 of them on the album and everything, and now you're releasing them in 4 of them. Yeah. Curious, how are you releasing your music? Because people are not buying CDs as much. I know you're not getting albums burned now.
Right.
But how are you releasing your 4-disc album?
Everything that I release nowadays is through streaming. Whether it's SoundCloud or it's Apple Music or Spotify and all that. I release it pretty much everywhere I can. I try to get it on this new app they have called Wave. Mm-hmm. And I've been trying to get that up because I like the app. They make videos for you, like audio videos for you. It's very forward thinking, but it's it's going to take a while to catch on because SoundCloud and all the streaming platforms are like really monopolizing like the streaming.
And I know I've heard artists talk about how the industry has changed so much.
Right,
is it harder for you now? I mean, it's easier to get your stuff out there, obviously, because of technology. But does that make it harder for you to make a living doing this and to grow your platform?
Not really. Okay. Because I would say that, the access that you have to the resources that only labels had back in the day is so prevalent. Like, you can release your music all through your own label, all through your own means, out of your house, today. You know what I mean? You could do that today.
But I know you can release it, but I'm a business person. I can release stuff all day long, but you got to turn around and make it profitable. Do you see that being a challenge down the road for new artists coming out? Or is it easier because there are so many different ways that people can?
I think that marketing and things like that is a lot easier now. It's just that how much you want it, how bad do you want to be successful is really the only thing that keeps you from getting to the place that you want to be. How many hours are you willing to spend talking to people, networking and spreading your words, spreading your music and being on the internet or being in person. How, are you willing to go out to events and meet people, just meet 5 people, you know what I mean? To, show them your music. Are you willing to, do that? It's really the only thing that keeps you from being successful because labels have the money and time all day.
Right.
It's just that we sometimes don't because we have to, we have a job.
Because we don't treat it as important as
You don't treat it like a job.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
But you're right.
Yeah. And I'd agree with you in a sense that it's harder now because it's easier now. Right. Because so many people
I think that's what I was
can.
Yeah, I guess
so many people can now, and it's not like back in the day you had to be discovered by a record label.
Right.
Now, you can push it outside your, you ain't got to leave your house.
Right.
You can shoot your video at your computer, on your phone.
Right.
You can, record it, email it out, and you are instant. And it's crazy. Sometimes now it's not about conscious music.
Right.
It's about whatever can get the quickest feed right now, the buzz, and then it's selling. But we're going to talk a little bit more about you on the other half. We got one more segment, right?
Yes, but then I want to get a little motivation from you, Mr. Marty.
Oh, okay. All right.
Don't
we're going to put on the other hat for a little while. But, again, any specific place that if they really want to hear a sample of your music, where can they go to?
Literally, you can go on google.com, and say STINO GUAPO, and it will come up with all types of pictures.
Now it's gonna come up with some pictures that we don't need to see.
Oh my goodness!
Or as I'm saying,
you won't find anything.
He just said you're gonna come up with everything up there.
You'll see my Facebook. You'll see. I mean, you could check my Facebook and everything. It's all my music is everywhere. You can anywhere you see my face, you'll see my music.
Okay,
I love it.
Can you see? Okay,
like
we do got some cameras in here.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking.
Yeah,
radio aspect if you can see my face. Okay.
Right.
Well, I'm trying to send him some sales and everything like that.
I'm trying to send him. Oh yeah, tell him real quick about your hats, real quick. And
all our merchandise is located on mayboysent.com. So Mayboys MAYBOYSENT.com.
And if you email us, text us, or contact us through social media or email, we will get you a hat.
Get you in contact with. I think he's trying to sell them, so it ain't gonna be free. Anyway, we'll be right back.
That's what he was trying to do.
Oh, okay. Well, he's gonna give you our free.
It's called merch.
For sure.
Okay.
That's what I was trying to.
You're listening to Doni Jones Live. I'm Marty McFly.
And I'm Donnie the Tree Lady.
And we'll be right back.
Welcome back to Doni Jones Live, y'all. I'm Donnie the Tree Lady.
And I'm just Marty right now. But no, I'm Marty McFly. I'm still be
You
Marty
are,
McFly.
you always fly.
I'm always, you know.
Exactly.
I'm supposed to be more
Oh, no, he going to put you on the... You know what?
Put me on the
We putting everybody on the spot today, boy.
Oh, goodness.
But you know what, y'all? We are going to check out a little music real quick from Stino.
Look. Hey, yeah, look, hey, you can't touch this, but yes, it's real. Electric ill, MC with the hammer, dopest blunt you ever feel. So, let to swallow like pills. I'm the righteous Dark Knight, but you can call this for real. I make hits like I'm at Batman. I'm marvelous, but no captain. You can see just what I'm saying, like a closed caption. My cousin fingers coming at you like a quick backhand. But my written sick and ill. Savage, I'm a rabid dog, no Achilles heel. ES 350, Lex Luthor, that's the wheels. Eating kryptonite for rectors, you confessing man of steel. I serial kill, and I'm recording your fate. It best to be the murder weapon, best to cops your tape. Look, everybody trying me, they trying me. But look, ain't nobody talking about it. Look, Stino Guapo, only one that's talking about me. Why they talk behind my back, but they don't walk around me? Everybody looking at me like the NBA. They can't see me like a TV, I'm in 3D. Met my hunter, man, he right behind me. And you know these niggas, ooh, man, they trying to find me, but they can't find me. I'm where the money at. Man, they sleeping on me, where the bummy at. Man, I got my wrist on and there's nothing on it. Can't you tell the time? I don't even need it, homie. Man, the time is money, and my money time. Man, you know I been fly, man, I got the rhymes. Looking at my pants, man, they 5'11". Pull up on them with the Mac 11, spitting rhymes on them. Spitting rhymes too fast, like I'm quick fast, like I was Cassius. And you know they mad quick, and you know they mad sick, ooh. And you know I need a doctor, I'm proper. Stino Guapo, man, you know I keep it on lock, yeah. Yeah, you know they trying to keep up, but they can't. They need to catch up like mustard, but you know they ain't. They never catching up, they never sleeping on me, cause I've been waking up with the 3 up on me. 3 a.m. I'm in the studio, I'm making beats. Yeah, you know what
That's nice.
Hold on.
Thank you for doing that.
Yes,
See,
sir.
I wasn't trying to put you on the spot. Yes, I was.
Yeah, they was trying to put me on the spot, but you know what I'm saying?
Make him shine a little bit.
Yeah,
you know
we just want to give you the opportunity to shine because you're such a talented young man.
Thank
you know,
you.
and I love supporting. I'm telling you, I just love supporting the arts and people that are doing something. You know, and the thing I love about you is that you don't just do this for yourself. You actually turn around and you give back to your community through your service and your church and stuff like that.
For sure.
You know, why was that important to you?
Just because, you know, when I was a kid, you know, I was always looking for a church because I was always moving around everywhere, and I didn't really have a church home for a long time. But as I got older, like I realized that like a lot of other kids are probably like that, where they're like they don't feel comfortable going to a new church, and they don't feel comfortable going to the adult ministry because it's like the adult ministry is like, you know, it's for adults, and they feel like they need to be quiet and they need to listen for too long. It's like we have school for that. You know what I mean? And a lot of kids feel like they don't have anybody who's willing to listen to them and their specific problems. Because, like, you know, they talk about finances and stuff like that. When you're a kid, you're not worried about finances.
You're not worried about
like, you know, you're worried about school. You're worried about the problems that you have as a teen growing up or as a kid growing up. And the Bible talks about those just as much as they talk about, you know, adults. You know what I mean? It's for everybody. It's universal. But
so, do you lead a youth group, or what exactly do? Because I know you're very much involved in your church youth ministry.
I'm actually just now joining the sound team for our teen ministry, but I've been volunteering for the teen ministry for a couple months now. Like we do a teen service. We're actually starting youth groups, and we're starting home groups. So
do you want to
small
share
groups.
Your church where you're at right now?
I'm at Eagles Nest Church in Roswell.
That is every time I meet people that are cool, you know, but they live outside of the perimeter and they brown, I'm like, where you go to church? They say Eagles Nest.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's a nice church.
I'm just saying, it's true though.
They're growing really fast too. Like we just went to 3 services. Like I want to say at the beginning of January.
Wow.
Yeah. So like now there's 3 services instead of I think they had a 8 a.m. a 10 a.m. and a 12, but they made another one, and now that one's getting full. So it's growing really fast.
Yeah.
It's growing really fast.
That's great. Now I know in your freestyle I ain't hear nothing about Jesus though.
Hey man, you know Jesus is always on my mind.
Yeah, I heard
Jesus
about the gun. Always on. I heard people talking behind your back.
Yeah, Jesus is always on my mind. It's hard,
man. Great skills. You know,
thank you.
And just so what's the next thing for you? The next I
was getting ready to say what is the future. I was literally getting ready to say that.
Look at
the future. I would say the future. In the near future, I'm still working on becoming my own agent and my own booking agent. So like doing my own shows and growing my business, taking it to the live, the live realm and just doing shows and giving opportunities for people that are, either upcoming artists and things like that who are looking for a place to showcase their music live.
Is that kind of like your sweet spot, is helping other artists, get their stuff out, or is your main focus just you? I mean, because I hear you talk so much about other artists, and I'm like, he's gonna be like the Jay-Z where he's gotten out there, and
hopefully,
he's
like
helping
that.
Other people get their stuff out. Is that where your sweet spot is?
Yeah, kind of. I do always, I've been mentoring, different artists ever since I started doing music. Just taking people along on my journey and showering them with any information that I have, because even through doing that, you gain information.
Right.
Because people have questions that they need answered that you never knew that you needed answered.
Well, I tell you what, speaking of things that people needing answers to questions, I joke a lot about Marty, and we have a lot of fun in the studio. But the thing about him, he really is a man of God, and he is a true inspiration. Sure. And I love how he's able to take the word and make it livable in your life. So we're gonna have a real quick motivational moment, spiritual moment with Marty McFly.
Y'all just gonna put it on, but it's not a problem. It is one of those things that I have to do every once in a while.
Every once in a while.
But in the season for the ones that go to church, we're in the what they call Holy Week right now.
Right.
Where you have Palm Sunday, and then this coming Sunday, depending on when you're listening to this broadcast, is coming up on Easter. But in the Bible, Luke 22, with chapter 22 and verse 14, it's the beginning of the Last Supper. And it starts off and it says, when the hour came, he took his seat at the table. And he was talking about Jesus, where he sat down and he was talking to the disciples about all the things that was about to come when that hour came. So in that hour is when Judas, went and betrayed him, and then at the same time in that hour is when Peter was going to deny him, and then that same hour is all the trials and tribulations Jesus was going to go through in that period of time. The thing that I really wanted us to think about is everybody has an individual hour that you deal with. When you come to that moment in time where it's almost a point in your life where there's going to be a big shift. When you meet that record label that's going to be able to sign you to a multi-billion-dollar contract, or you got a contract with 3 or 4 apartment complexes that want you to cut all their trees. These moments in our lives when we come to that hour, making sure that we know that he comes to that table with us, and understanding that if it comes to pass and it's not for you, then he has something better for you.
Oh, that's good.
So that's just the thought for the day right now. If something that, when your hour comes, if it's something that doesn't work out to your favor at that moment, understand all things work for the ones that love the Lord, and called by his purpose. So in a sense, if it doesn't work out for you then he has something better for you. And that's my moment for right now. All right? How about that?
That was awesome.
Okay, that's cool.
Are you a preacher or something?
No, just on the weekends.
Need a church.
Just on the weekends at St. Martin Lutheran Church.
That's right.
At 4137 Washington Road in East Point.
That's right. And then, of course, I'm Donnie the Tree Lady. The name of my company is Don's Tree Service. So if you're in Atlanta and you need some trees cut down, you want to hit me up at 770-413-8733. That's 770-413-TREE. And, of course, we are here with my man Stino. And how do we get in touch with you again?
Everything Stino Guapo, STINO GUAPO, and my merchandise is on Mayboys Entertainment. But you can find that if you search up Stino Guapo, honestly. But it's Mayboys Entertainment. So MAYBOYS.com.
I love it. Now I was serious when I said I wanted the people that reached out to us, the first 10 people to reach out to us, that we would give them some of your merchandise.
For sure.
Was that cool that we did that? Because I mean, if you
I love people wearing our hats, and we give out free hats all the time.
Do you have T-shirts or anything else other than hats? Or just
we do have T-shirts actually, but you have to buy those.
You have to buy.
Okay, all right. Yeah. So the hats are free.
Yeah.
But the T-shirts, I'm just reiterating what you were saying. I'm just
the T-shirts. The
I ain't
T-shirts
stepping on your toes.
No, I didn't think you were. I was saying.
But I like the army hat though.
I love it too.
Yeah,
I like that one.
Claimed it quick.
Yeah.
She was like, I like the army one.
But we got 5 more then to give away?
There's a whole bag of them, yeah.
A whole bag? Okay, yeah. So it was the first 15?
I said growing every time. The first 30.
I like
the first 45 people.
First
I got what you said, because there's 5 of us. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
So is it the first 15?
Everybody can get a hat. Everybody can get a hat. But we can do what? The first 15 people?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. For sure.
Absolutely.
I can, give you guys 15.
Cool. That'll work.
You get a hat.
You get a hat. Everyone gets a hat.
For sure. I would love to see everybody in the Mayweather.
So where can we see you performing next?
Yeah, you performing anywhere soon?
The next place that I'm looking at, and this is speculation because we're still...
Well, we're going to speak it into existence.
Right.
We're going to do it. Well, we're definitely going to do another show at Cafe Istanbul. But we're going to do another show, hopefully either at the Music Room in Edgewood or Artisans Bar and Gallery in Atlanta also. So we're looking to move into Atlanta.
All right. Well, I have a show that you're going to be doing in October for Morris Brown, the kickoff to Morris Brown's homecoming.
That's right.
That's October... the second weekend in October. Mm-hmm. So we're going to kind of recruit y'all to come out there and do your thing there. But anyway, we're going to have to get up out of here.
Yeah,
until next week, I'm Marty McFly with the beautiful and talented
Donnie the Tree Lady.
Yes. And until next week, we love you. Please be blessed, be encouraged. Do something to make somebody else's life better.
Yes.
How about that? All right?
All right.
Y'all be blessed. We'll talk to y'all next week.